Welcome to the alchemy of sex and spirit, where sex, psychology and spirit meet. This episode is a little different. You might like to think of it not just as a teaching, but almost a meditation, a guided journey through the many things we mistake for ourselves towards the mystery of consciousness. Oh, and stay until the end for this episode's magical practice. It might just change everything. I'd like to invite you to take a most important journey, one that only the fortunate few ever take. The destination is you. There's nothing to pack for the journey, nothing to prepare. You've already got everything you need for this trip. Oh, that is apart from the train ticket. So come with me to the booking hall and let's get our ticket. Don't have any money? No credit card? Not to worry. There's no charge to travel on this journey. So let's approach the ticket hall and find the machine that issues the ticket. Oh, there it is. Over there. Oh, there's no queue. Well, that's not really surprising. Not many people even know this journey exists. Some know but don't want to go there. Others are frightened and fear deprives them of the journey. Others scoff and ridicule it. A journey to where? To who? A journey to you? How will you even know when you've arrived? You look at the destinations that the ticket machine offers and you look puzzled. As your guide, I offer some help. Where are you going? I ask. To me? You offer nervously. But there isn't any destination called me. Once again you look lost and turn to ask me for some help. Who's travelling? I ask. Well, I am, you reply. Immediately, the ticket machine clicks into life, the sound of something being printed, and before you know it, a ticket's produced. Destination, I am. Now we can climb on board the train, and it's heading to I am. You know, nobody else can say those words for you. I can say them for me, but I can't say them for you. The title, I am, is yours alone. Say it, silently to yourself, I am. But who am I? That's what you're about to discover on this magical mystery journey. You're not alone on the train. There are others travelling. Not many, but a few, all ages. Not many adolescents, you noticed. A lot of babies and young children. Quite a few middle-aged and some very elderly. There's quite a number of obviously unwell people. There are some with military uniforms, with injuries. There are a few who are dressed in black, looking like they've come on this journey straight from a funeral. Some are weeping. Nobody's making any noise or misbehaving. Nobody's drunk or even eating anything. There's a sense of calmness in the train, a sense of purpose. You settle into your seat. Before long, the first station is announced. We will shortly be arriving at the body, the driver announces. All passengers disembarking here, please take all your belongings with you. Don't forget anything. Take your medicines, your safety first kit, all your protective clothing. Don't forget anything. You might just need it all. Several passengers hurry to gather everything they've brought with them. Lots of people are waiting on the platform to greet them. Relatives, loved ones, medical doctors, priests, therapists. A whole welcoming party is there to help them off the train onto the platform of the station called the body. You look at the scene on the platform with curiosity and some sadness. There's a lot of noise coming from the group gathered on the platform. Worry, fear, anxiety. The train departs the station, continuing our journey. The scenery is bleak as we leave the station. People everywhere. Many are disfigured and find it difficult to walk. Many have equipment to help with their breathing. The air is thick with smoke. People are coughing and covering their faces with masks. I turn to you with a gentle reminder. You have a body, but you are not your body. It's not long before the driver makes another announcement. We will shortly be arriving at personality. A large number of passengers appear to suddenly realise that this is where they're getting off. They clearly think that they've reached the destination. For these passengers, personality is their sense of I am. Men and women, most in their 20s and 30s, not all, but most. Smartly dressed, some carrying briefcases, women checking their appearance before the train arrives at the station. Once again, there's a large welcoming party waiting for the passengers who are leaving the train here. The train doors open. Darling, so good to see you. Did you have a lovely journey? How are you? It's been so long. The conversations recede as those passengers make their way out of the station into the busy noise of the city. You watch as they disappear, still talking, as the personality must. You have a personality, I remind you, but you are not your personality. The train pulls out and continues the journey. We begin to leave the city now, and signs of countryside lay ahead. The air even looks cleaner, and the green fields are a welcome sight. There are sounds of birds singing in the air, and the sun is shining. There are even fewer travellers on the train now. What's the next station, you ask? And before you know it, there's an announcement from the driver that answers your question. We will shortly be arriving at Essence. You look towards me, puzzled. This station is sometimes known as Soul, I add. So, have we arrived, you ask? Is this who I am? No, it's not our final destination. We've still got a way to go, but at least this station is real. It won't collapse under your feet if you choose to disembark here, but the journey ahead is about to get better and better. Through the window you see a small, quiet station. There are no crowds on the platform, no brass band, no welcoming committee, just a few people standing silently in the sunshine as though they've been expecting us. The sign reads, Essence. For a moment you feel something soften inside you. You don't quite know why. Perhaps it's the countryside, the stillness, the simplicity of the station. Or perhaps it's because something in you recognizes this place. This is where you came from, before the world told you who to be, before you learned how to please, defend, impress, hide, perform, succeed, or to protect yourself. You look again at the platform. A child is sitting there, not lonely, not frightened, simply present. There's a strange dignity in that child, no shame, no mask. Is that me, you ask? In one sense, yes. That is something of your original nature, your essence, the part of you that was there before personality was formed and then became so busy. The train begins to move again. You watch the station recede into the distance, and for a moment you feel a pang of regret, as though you've left behind something precious. Don't worry, we're not leaving it behind. We're learning how to return to it consciously. The countryside darkens slightly. The sun is still there, but clouds gather. The rhythm of the train becomes hypnotic. Clickety-clack, 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 clickety-clack. Then the driver speaks again. We will shortly be passing through the region known as waking. You laugh. Waking? But surely I'm already awake. That is the great assumption. When you look more closely, outside the window, you see people walking, going to work, answering phones, shopping, arguing, flirting, worrying, scrolling, eating, desiring, regretting, planning. Everything looks ordinary. Nothing looks especially strange. And yet, as you look more closely, you begin to notice something disturbing. Most of them are not really there. Their bodies are moving, their mouths are speaking, their eyes are open, but something essential is missing. They're carried along by habit, by reaction, fear, desire, by the next thought and the next thought and the next. This is what we usually call waking life, but most of it is mechanical. You say nothing. The train continues. The light outside changes again. The landscape becomes strange, fluid, almost theatrical. Houses bend like soft wax. Roads lead nowhere. People appear and then disappear. A man becomes a bird. Your childhood bedroom becomes a cathedral. A lost lover speaks with the voice of your father. We're now passing through dream, announces the driver. You turn to me. Is this sleep? Yes and no. At night you dream with your eyes closed. During the day you dream with your eyes open. The scenes outside the window become more personal now. You recognize old fantasies, old fears, old arguments you've experienced 1,000 times. You see versions of yourself being admired, rejected, desired, humiliated, rescued, abandoned. These are not just night dreams. These are the inner films that run through human life. The dream of being special, the dream of being worthless, the dream of revenge, the dream of perfect love, the dream that one day, when everything's finally arranged correctly, you'll be happy. You feel decidedly uneasy now. The train enters a tunnel. There's no announcement, only darkness. Then the driver's announcement comes, quieter than before. We are now entering sleep. The windows show nothing, only your own reflection. This isn't ordinary tiredness, this is spiritual sleep. The sleep in which a human being forgets who they are and takes every passing thought, mood, fear and desire to be I. In the dark window, you see your reflection change. At first, you seem angry, then frightened, then charming, then ashamed, then superior, then needy, then numb. Which one is me? You whisper. That is the question. The train slows again but doesn't stop. The darkness thickens. Something moves outside the window. We are now passing through shadow, says the driver. You're reluctant to look, but you do all the same. Through the window are parts of life people prefer not to see. Envy, cruelty, lust, rage, weakness, cowardice, grief, resentment, the hunger to control, the fear of being nothing. But there is also buried tenderness there, buried genius, buried vitality, buried love. Not everything in the shadow is evil. Some of it is simply abandoned, exiled. This is the unconscious, not a monster, but a sort of cellar, a type of dungeon. Some destructive things are stored there, yes, but so are some neglected treasures. You breathe slowly. Do we have to get off here? No. But one day, if you want to become fully conscious, you'll stop being afraid of what's hidden in this cellar. You don't have to understand all of this at once. It's enough to simply notice that there is something in you that can observe. In the distance, a spark of light appears ahead, and the train emerges from the tunnel. Magical practice. There's no city now, no platform, no crowd, no noise, only a vast open landscape filled with light. The train becomes very still, and the final announcement comes. We are approaching I Am. You wait for a station to appear, but there is no station, only silence. And in that silence, something simple, yet so profound, becomes clear. You have a body, but you are not merely the body. You have a personality, but you are not merely the personality. You have an essence, a soul, but even that is not the whole mystery of who you are. You have dreams, but you are not the dream. You have a shadow, but you are not the darkness. You have thoughts, feelings, memories, wounds, longings, masks, roles, and stories. But before all of them was, beneath all of them, aware of all of them, there's something that can say, I am. And perhaps this is where the journey really begins. I hope you enjoyed this episode and that something spoke to you in a way that has helped you. The more deeply you come into contact with who you really are, the more magnetic you become. And that's why I created a new ebook called Attract Love, the Power of Personal Magnetism. You can download it completely free from the link in the description or from my website at David Brown Alchemy. In the meantime, take these words with you and use them to remind yourself as often as possible. Be still and know I am.